everybody, Chris Cox here. Got a great Kiss guitar lesson for you today. We're going to go to the Rock and Roll Over album and do Ladies Room. And the tuning for that is going to be E flat or a half step down from standard. So let's go ahead and do that over the. This is the introduction riff. So let's talk about that. So the very first thing we're going to do here is we're going to be switching up bass notes from an E right here to an open A, and then we'll be playing chords around that. But the first, you're going to put your first finger here on the 7th fret of the A string. You're going to flatten out your ring finger across the 9th fret of the D, G, and B string. You're going to do with this. You're going to just hit this note. Now when you do that strumming, it's all down, and you're going to be hitting the D, G, and B. But you're pivoting back and forth here from the 10th fret with your pinky to the 9th on the B string. So it's... Let's play that again. Now we're going to switch to the open A. So what we're going to grab here, this is part of an A major chord, but we're going to have our ring finger here on the 7th fret of the D string, middle fingers on the 6th fret of the G, and then the first fingers on the 5th fret of the B string. You're doing the same thing. We're coming back and forth with the pinky finger from the 7th fret of the G, and then just lifting up, and that's going to play the 6th fret of the G. So it's... Play that again. So we have this so far. So that goes through 2 times, and then we do this. So after we play that first part 2 times, we come up here and grab the C note, which is the 3rd fret of the A string, and we're doing kind of the same thing, except we're just the same lick that we did at the very beginning is repeated up here in the 3rd position. So it's just... Now that's going to be, again, first finger on the 3rd fret of the A, you're flattening out your ring finger across the 5th fret of the D, G, and B string, and then you're doing that, lifting up your finger, your pinky finger from the 6th fret, and then letting that 5th fret note on the B string ring. All down strums. Then we shift up here to just a plain G5 chord. That's going to be 1st fret of the low E to 5th fret of the A to the D5. That's going to be 5th fret of the A, 7th fret of the D string, and then we're going to shift down here to the E5. That's going to be 7th fret of the A, 9th fret of the D. But here we play something a little different. We do a... So that's going to be, again here we're going to be kind of doing some movement here with the pinky finger. But first you hit 2 down strums on the regular E5, and then you're going to come here to the 11th fret of the D string. And just play that 11th fret on the D, so you can let all this ring. And then you do this. So we got a little stretch there, and you're going to be going back and forth from... So that's going to be the reach down here at the 12th fret of the D, to the 11th fret of the D, and then play that. So... And that is the introduction riff, which is also going to be the chorus of the song. So we've already got a good portion of this song learned. So let's go ahead and go into the verses. So the verses are going to be D5. And again, we're going to be doing that reach with our pinky, so we're kind of alternating between a down strum on the 5th fret of the A, 7th fret of the D, and then grabbing the 9th fret of the D string with our pinky. So we do it. So it's 2 down strums, 1 here with the pinky down at the 9th fret, and then come back and do 2 more down strums. So you can do either one's fine. We switch up here to the A5, so we're just moving this position up 2 strings, so that's going to be 5th fret of the low E, 7th fret of the A string. Same strumming pattern. Come here to the E5 again, and then we switch up to the B5. That B5 is going to be 7th fret of the low E and 9th fret of the A string. So let's play what we have so far. Beats again. Then we come back to that E5 and play that same little lick we learned earlier. Repeats everything again. Repeat that same riff again. And that's going to be pretty much the verses, how you play the verses. This is going to be the pre-chorus. I have a Patreon channel now, which includes guitar tablature from the guitar lessons, as well as other bonus guitar lesson videos. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video if you'd like to go check it out, and I sure do appreciate your support. Thank you. The pre-chorus is going to start here from a B5 to a C5, so that's 2nd fret of the A, 4th fret of the D, and you're just going to go up. Quick little change from B to C. So if you just keep this shape and move it down a half step, hold, and then the next part is going to be from C5 to D5, so that's 3rd fret of the A, 5th fret of the D, to 5th fret of the A, 7th fret of the D. Then we're going to come back to the A5 and do what we learned earlier, and then we come up to here. So C5, and we're doing that pivot back and forth here from the 7th fret of the D string like we learned earlier. Shift it down to the D5, and then 2 down strums on the A5. So you can kind of see a common theme. We're playing a lot of these adding that pinky in there and doing that reach. That's a consistent theme through the whole song. So after we go through that, then it goes into the chorus. The second verse, there is a guitar fill, so we'll go through and play where that's at. So we're doing a So that's going to be kind of like sounds like a really, very reminiscent of a Chuck Berry lick. This is very, probably is a Chuck Berry lick, what am I saying? So we're sliding in, we're going to bar our finger across the the B string and high E, sorry about that. And you're kind of hitting it and then sliding in here to the 12th fret of the B and E string. So we do So first we're doing a slide, and then we do a then this. That's a little tricky there, so you're going to basically play one down strum here on the B and high E string. Then you're going to bar your ring finger across the 14th fret of the G and B string and do it. And then come here to the same two strings but on the 12th fret. And then put your second finger down on the 13th fret of the G. First part of the guitar solo played slow. Let's talk about that. So the nice thing about this lick is if we can keep this shape, then really we're just going to be changing the bass notes. So the bass note being the D string. So the very first part you're going to slide in, so you're only sliding on the D string. You're not sliding on the G or B, just the D. So that's the first one's going to start on the 9th fret of the D, and then you're going to have this shape, 7th fret of the G, 9th fret of the B string, that with your first finger and ring finger. So your middle finger is going to be doing all the bass notes. So we do it. And that's going to be D, B, G, D, B, G. Now that pretty much picking pattern is going to remain the same. It's just the changing of the bass note. Now we're going to switch all same shape all the way down here to the 14th fret of the D string. Now the treble parts again, 14th fret of the D, 12th of the G, 14th fret of the B. Go back up to sliding into the 9th fret of the D. And then slide into the 14th fret again. Now this time we're going to go way up high. So that's going to be 5th fret of the D string, 3rd fret of the G, 5th fret of the B. Same picking pattern. Then we switch all the way down to the 12th fret. So that's a little bit different. We slide into the 12. Play that one time, and you just come up here to the 7th fret. You're just going to play 7th fret of the D, 7th fret of the B, and then slide into the 9th. And that's just going to be 7th fret of the D, 9th fret of the D, 7th fret of the G, and 9th fret of the B. The last lick is going to be this. Play that again. So it's going to be, one of Ace's really clever pentatonic licks in the E minor. So you're going to do a real quick lick. So we're first doing that little double stop. So we're going to have to bar our first finger across the 12th fret of the B string in high E. And we're doing a little bend here to the 14th fret of the G. But you want the G and the B string to ring and do that bend. So the bend's going to occur on the 14th fret of the G. That's the only place it's going to occur. Now once you do that, hit that, and then grab that high E. After that, it's going to be a pull off from 15 to 12. And then you do it. And that's going to be 14G, 12B, back to 14G, B, and then we do it. And that's just going to be a quick bend here on the 14th fret of the B string. You do it. And then you do a little quick vibrato. So it's just a bend up, let it come back down, and do it again. But the second time you do a little vibrato. So slowly. Play that again. Then it goes back into what we learned earlier, the pre-chorus. And then basically how the song ends is you're going to chorus out.